The expectation is when God overflows blessings into my life, I am to use those blessings to overflow into the lives of others and do good, to serve. God is going to overflow into my life so that I will overflow in every good work, in doing good stuff, in helping and volunteering and serving other people. In a culture that for the last however many decades has tried to tell us that the goal in life, that my purpose in life is to get as much as I can for me by the time that I die. To get all the wealth that I can, to get the biggest house that I can, the nicest neighborhood, and to get all the things with all the buttons and all the gadgets, and to get the nicest clothes and the best makeup, and to do everything I can to make myself feel more successful, more powerful, more beautiful, whatever it is, to accumulate all that I can until I go to the grave. That's what our culture says is my goal in life, or at least it should be. And I want to make sure that we understand, it is not wrong to have wealth and big houses and all the new gadgets with all the buttons and all those things. But when God pours those things into my life, when God allows me to be blessed with those particular things, the expectation is not just for me to grab all that and hold on to it as tight as I can. The expectation is for God to pour those things into me so that they pour out of me. So that I will use my wealth and my house and my car and my gadgets and whatever else that it is that the rest of the world says, hold on to that for yourself. I use those things to bless other people, to overflow with doing good, with serving, with helping. That's what Paul says in 1 Timothy chapter 6 and verse 18. He's talking to Timothy about the church that Timothy is working at that particular time. And he says this, he says, command them to do good and to be rich in good deeds and to be willing, to be generous and willing to share. To be rich in bank accounts? No. To be rich in investments? No. To be rich in 401k? No. What does he say to be rich in? Good deeds. Doing good stuff. Helping. Volunteering. Serving. God wants us to help. God wants us to do good. He wants us to serve. That's part of why he gives us the talents and the abilities and the stuff that we have. I mean, the Apostle Paul, Jesus, not Paul, Jesus, tells a story in Matthew chapter 25. It's a story that's really familiar to us, so I'll give you the really condensed version. He tells a story about a guy who's very wealthy and he's going to go on a trip and he has 3 guys working for him and he gives all 3 of those guys, bags of money before he leaves to do something with. He gives one guy 5 bags, one guy 2 bags, one guy 1 bag, and then he goes on his trip. When he comes back, he asks everybody to report, what'd you do while I was gone? The guy with the 5 bags and the guy with the 2 bags, both those guys double their money. They're like, you gave me 5, here's 5 more. You gave me 2, here's 2 more. The guy with 1 bag of money goes over and digs up out of the ground and brings the bag that he was originally given back to his master. Says, here you go. I'm giving you back what it is you gave me. I didn't lose a dime. It's all here. And the master is upset with the 3rd guy. Why? Not because he lost money, because he didn't do anything with it. See, the expectation from that master in giving those bags of money to those guys was that they would use the opportunity to do something with it. Was there the risk of failure? Was there the risk of losing some of it? Absolutely. But go do something with it. And the one guy that got in trouble, the one guy that was reprimanded, was because the reason he was reprimanded is because he didn't do anything. And I think that's a struggle that many of us have. I think that God gets frustrated with a lot of us, myself included, sometimes. When he gives us blessings, when he gives us stuff, he gives us possessions, he gives us time, he gives us gifts, he gives us skills, he gives us abilities, and he says, go do something with this, and we don't do anything. It's not that we're causing problems, it's not that we're making things worse, we're just not even trying, we're not doing anything. The expectation is, when God overflows blessings into my life, I am to use those blessings to overflow into the lives of others and do good. To serve. I have to have a heart for doing good. I have to have a heart that wants to help. I need to have a heart that wants to serve. Give yourselves fully to the work of the Lord. Right? 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 58. Give yourselves fully to the work of the Lord. And if you go back and read that, if you read that, like I said before, in the original, the ancient Greek, when it says, give yourselves fully, always give yourselves fully to the work of the Lord, guess what that Greek word is? Beyond expectations, beyond boundaries, overflow. What is Paul saying? Paul is saying that doing good things for God and doing things that draw people to God, those are the kind of actions that should overflow out of my life. And it's not for nothing. There's a reason for that. There's something that happens when I choose to do that. God is going to do something with whatever it is that I choose to do, with however it is that those blessings, those opportunities, those gifts, those talents, those abilities pour out of my life. God is going to do something with that. And I may not know exactly what it is, and I may never even see exactly what it is, but God is going to bless whatever it is that I choose to bless other people with. It's not pointless.